are live. We are live. And what do we have here? Is this a Christmas special of some sort, do you
A,
reckon? Because
a,
we've got our Christmas jumpers.
yep, I
You
got
got your
mine.
Christmas
Got a
jumper.
Christmas jumper.
You've had that jumper
All in the merry,
since
all
you
in the
were
merry
8, you say?
spirit. Huh?
You had that jumper since you were 8. Is that what you said?
Man,
Offline.
no, I just stick with the classics. Classics never die.
Ah, you sure? I'm sure. I can
Yes.
see an old like CNA label. You know that shop CNA that used to be here in the UK. We had a shop called CNA. It was like an old school shop that your mum would
Yeah.
take you to, and you have to stand around and watch her shopping, carry the bags, and then miss all your cartoons on a Saturday.
Yeah,
That's where that's
yeah.
from. But yeah, nice jumper, classic, classic.
Classic.
They
You
don't
can't go
make them
wrong
like
with the
they used
classics,
to.
man.
Exactly. People respect the classics these days. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Mine's got this a few years ago. Christmas is coming. It's just Game of Thrones, isn't it? Can you
Game of
see it?
Thrones, yeah.
Yeah, Christmas
Yeah.
is coming rather than winter is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wear every year. Yeah, that's me. But yeah, welcome. It is the Flixters, and you have again Brother Overload. So you got myself and Emmanuel presenting the show today. Teacher, otherwise known as Amar, is away on holiday for the whole month of December with him and his family, sunning it up in the
Away in the sun,
tropics.
man.
Exactly,
Yeah.
away in the sun, having fun. So yeah, so happy Christmas to Teacher and his family. Happy Christmas to you,
Yeah.
everyone, and all your families. Happy people say happy holidays and all that. Just say happy Christmas. It's
Festive
Christmas right now.
season.
Yeah, it's Christmas. That's what it is. Yeah, it's Christmas. Yeah, it is what it is. It's Christmas, and enjoy your time off. I know sometimes you don't celebrate Christmas, but because of depending on where you are in the world, your
Mm,
workplace might be closed for Christmas. So yeah, enjoy your family
yeah.
time and stuff like that. It's all good. It's all good, and we will be your present. The Flixters will be your present. Open us while you're seasoning your turkey or you're having your lamb or whatever you're doing, whatever you're eating. If you're vegan, if you're having your cauliflower
Oh,
cheese, you
I got
know.
an
I don't know.
interesting fact for you,
Go
Devel.
on then, go on
The
then, go on then.
Japanese, the
Mm.
Japanese, right? KFC.
Yes, I heard that. I heard it. Yeah,
It's
I
a
heard it when I.
thing.
Yeah, what's that
Yeah.
about? What's that
They
about? Is it?
order. It's just when
Yeah.
KFC entered Japan, then they struggle to basically be selling the chicken.
Mm.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Is there
KFC
turkey
Christmas.
version there or something, or is it
No,
still
there's no
chicken?
turkey. It's just Christmas.
Okay,
Like
okay.
you get your
Is
bucket
it?
full of chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that a few years ago, and I was like, "Wow, okay." But yeah, each to their own, Get
Yeah.
that finger licking KFC. So
And the
yeah,
Colonel looks like Santa anyway, so
exactly, exactly. But yeah, so happy holidays, happy Christmas, and all that. So the Flixters today, we're going to talk about what we talk about every week: movies, streaming services, news. Anniversary corner. I will do a film review, and I think today you're going to get hidden gem because it's Christmas. You're going to get hidden gem. So yeah, let's rock on with the show.
Yep.
So first of
What
all,
we got first?
we
Shout
got
outs.
shout outs. I almost forgot.
Have we got
Gordon.
any?
How can I forget? How can I almost forget this shout out? This is one of our top people. This is Ciel Noir 3. We talk about her page a lot. We talk about her a lot. She came onto the show a few months ago, and we spoke about Spider-Man across the multiverse at that time. She was really great at reviewing. She loves her Marvel. She loves her movies. She's always, like I say, go check out her page, Ciel Noir 3. Such a lovely person, great page. She talks about health, about life in general, having fun, music, and just being a really positive energy on Instagram, which isn't always the case. So go check her out. And yeah, thank you, Ciel Noir, for supporting us. For the years that you've been supporting us. So yeah, thank you. So yeah, that's a big shout out today. So now we're going to go on with the movie news, and the first bit of movie news we've got is Uncharted. Have you seen Uncharted 1?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
see it?
I saw Uncharted. I played the game.
Oh, you played the game.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love the game. The
okay,
game was really, really good.
yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Drake,
Yeah, man.
Drake, Nathan, or Nathan Drake or something, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. And you seen the film then? Was the
And I've seen
film?
the film.
How was the film compared to the game? How did it sort of measure?
I don't think it compared to the game. The game was good. The game was good. The movie took what it could from the game, but it kind of like also had that Indiana Jones sort of feel to it as well. But yeah, I think they casted pretty good, getting
Mm.
Tom Holland as the character, and was it Mark Wahlberg as well?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think
Okay.
it was well casted. It just could have done a lot better, maybe. Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
an
I mean,
enjoyable movie.
I saw it. I never played the game. I
Mm,
know about the game, but I saw it. I thought it was entertaining. It was fun. I didn't think
mm,
it was a great film, if I'm being honest.
yeah,
But it was entertaining, and that's what I guess movies are for. But the news
yeah.
is that there's a part two that
Okay.
is about to happen. About to happen. The script is
Mm,
in development, and yeah. So this will, I think, ideally, it may come out next year or maybe the year
mm,
after. But Tom Holland is going to come back. Mark Wahlberg is also, I believe, going to come back as well.
okay.
So yeah, Uncharted 2. I guess it's not that Uncharted, is it? It's pretty charted because they seem to be, coming back. It's charted.
Yeah. New
Uh,
ventures though.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we'll see what the sequel has to say. Hopefully they'll take on board feedback that maybe the fans and critics have spoken about, and they'll make
Yeah.
it a better film.
But
That's all
they're
we can
jumping
hope
on the
for.
gravy train with the whole, you know, games to movies. And I
Yeah,
think we're going
yeah.
to see a lot more of that in the next,
Yeah.
2024, 25. Because,
True, yeah, and the gaming. I think I've said it many times on this channel before. The gaming industry is worth billions. It's worth
mm,
more than the movie and the music industry combined. Let
and
that
that's saying
sink in.
something. Yeah.
Exactly, let that sink in. Which is why when a good gaming IP wants to do a
mm,
movie, they've got an automatic audience ready to fill the cinemas because they all know this IP and they will
yeah.
they will watch the film. So
I mean,
that's
you just
why,
have to mention Resident Evil.
yeah,
Everyone knows.
Resident exactly Resident Evil done really good. Yeah, even though the films, some of them were shit,
Mm,
they had like 8 films. I mean,
yeah.
come on, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so let's see what happens with Uncharted 2 when it comes out, whenever it comes out.
Mm,
Next bit of news, actually, next couple of bits of news takes a different tone, and usually we don't talk about this sort of thing on the show, but being as we are here to talk about the movies and talk about things that happen in the movies, we have to talk about the stars and these actors, and
mm,
sometimes negative news does arise. So the first bit of news we're going to talk about is the case of Jonathan Majors, and he has been fired from the MCU. So Marvel, Disney have fired him from the role of
mm.
Kang. Such a promising role, great actor. He's done lots of great things, but as soon as he was charged, what were the charges again? They were uh, uh, harassment, and I think it was either involuntary or accidental. um Not battery, when you basically hurt someone. I can't remember the actual.
Is it
Uh,
is it not battery?
the battery. I think it wasn't like a first degree. It was like a lower level
Right.
of a degree.
Mm,
So basically, those two charges, he has been charged in court. They're no longer accusations. They're no longer, allegedly. The courts have said, yep, he's been charged, and he's due to face sentencing in February in
yeah.
2024. There's the likelihood is that he will not face jail time because he's a first
Yeah.
offender, and because the actual, you know, uh, the charge is not a high level charge in the court size, so he won't
Yeah.
face any
Because it
jail time.
was.
So
Yeah. When I heard about the facing prison sentence, and I thought that's very
yeah,
severe.
I mean,
I
technically it
mean.
could happen if the judge,
Mm,
but the chances are really unlikely.
mm,
But it just goes to show. I mean, these cases when it happens, I'm not going to go into he said, she said, who's right, who's wrong. We're just looking at it from the movie perspective and how it affects obviously the movies. But
yeah.
you know this affects the Marvel MCU massively because he was supposed to play Kang.
Mm,
They were supposed to have an Avengers Dynasty of Kang, a film actually about Kang. Is that going to change? People are saying that he's going to have to be recast. if they could continue to use Kang. People are saying Denzel Washington, Damson Idris, like
I think though it's a sensitive subject, and
mm,
though he basically like that character was in Loki as well, and
mm,
so like for the continuation of these other stories or branches that which involve the character Kang. Like Loki is going to have to go in a different direction, or either they just end it at season two.
but say
I
no.
don't
I don't know if
know.
you know. I don't know if you
Like,
noticed when season two ended,
mm,
there was a bit that they've already kind of edited him out.
right,
If you probably can catch a clip on YouTube, but if you watch back the last episode when they're
mm,
talking about all the disruptions that are happening, they
mm,
sort of talk about it really quickly, but they say, "Oh, somebody was disrupting this branch, blah blah blah. That's been
yeah,
tied up now." They're
right,
basically saying that was Kang. So they're not
right,
really. They didn't use him by name. They just sort of said, "Oh,
yeah,
that's," and then they sort of go on to the next thing. So I
yeah,
think they've kind of they kind of edited him out a little bit just in
a
case
little
this
bit,
court
yeah.
case was to go negatively and they didn't want to go forward with it. So
I think
they
they were
kind
good. I
of
think from the start of it. I mean,
mm,
I feel like when a star goes to court, it's already guys. Let's think about it.
yeah,
We're going to get rid of this character, this
yeah,
actor or actress, and we just need a decision at the end of it to
mm,
basically give our reasoning the full decision to basically pull that character out.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
I think in that situation, it's what do they call it? Damage control,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the actor's name has been mentioned for going to court. Right,
mm,
we're striking him off. We're
mm,
basically pending all of the moves to delete, but yeah, we're already starting to think about what other options we have in place.
mm-hmm,
So we can always put people into a scene or into the story, but when
mm,
it comes to a character like Kang, who's got multiple, you
mm.
know, fits into so much of the forward planning. It's like, well, you know what? We've got to scrap it. We've got to tie
Yeah.
up Loki, the ending towards Loki, clip as much as you can.
Clip. Oh gosh, yeah, it's true. It's crazy, but this happens. And then again,
Mm,
this now ties us into our second bit of news, and this is the second big Hollywood actor. So this is Vin Diesel now. Oh, Vin Diesel. I mean, I just barely heard about this news recently. I didn't know anything about
mm.
it. But Vin Diesel has been
What's happened?
accused. Yeah, he's been accused of of is it sexual battery? What's the actual charge? Sexually assault. Yeah, sexual assault. This allegation goes back to 2010, and
Mm,
this is his former assistant called Johansson.
mm,
Uh, and the assistant says that an encounter took place in 2010. I believe it was in a hotel room where the actor Vin Diesel allegedly grabbed her, groped her breasts, and forcibly kissed her while she repeatedly said no. And that's what the lawsuit says. So a lawsuit has been put in, and allegedly it says that he obviously made advances to sort of remove clothing and yeah, try to engage in some sort of sexual
mm.
activity. So it's the actual charge is I believe it's called is it sexual is it
Sexual battery
I think it's sexual battery or something. I know we're not. I'm not really familiar with the American sort of terms and how they
and the legal
sort of
system.
how they
Yeah.
categorize it and stuff. But yeah, I believe it is battery. Yeah, it's sexual battery. So yeah, it is sexual battery. So yeah, that's a heavy claim. That's a heavy
Mm,
claim. It's been put through. That was 13 years ago. But obviously, if it's happened, then this needs to be investigated because that's a really heavy claim, and obviously for the person that's involved in it, that's a terrible situation to be in. So, yeah, let's see what happens with this one. And this one, obviously he's got Fast and Furious franchise. That's the last sort of movie, and that's meant to be coming out I think it's next year, or was it year after?
Okay.
Among other projects that I'm sure he's involved in.
I mean, with
So
the with this news, I think it's going to be 2025 if there's going to
mm,
be another Fast and Furious. Because
yeah, true. They got to see, yeah, they got to, and then they got to make sure that the news is settled before maybe they release anything. This is going to affect people's money. Maybe Tyrese might be
hmm
crying again. Tyrese might be crying about not getting his check from his film because he needs to feed his kids. So you know, it's
Tyrese, stay strong, man. Stay.
mm, yeah, but yeah, let's see what happens with this one. This has
uh,
just come out, so it's early,
yeah.
early. We don't know if this is going to go to trial or anything like that. Don't know yet. Sometimes in these situations, they may get settled out of court. And what does that
Mm.
say? Does it say that the person definitely is guilty?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, damage control, or is it that they're not guilty and again damage control? And we don't know. We sitting here,
Mm.
we don't know anything. So let's see how this plays out. We may talk about it again. Like I said, we don't really talk about these sorts of things, but it's the movies, and this affects the movies.
Mm.
So yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, that's the end of movie news. We're gonna jump into new on streaming.
hmm
So have you seen this one? Rebel Moon,
Rebel
Zack
Moon,
Schneider.
yes.
Yeah, you
Zack
seen?
Schneider.
Yeah,
I watched it. Yeah,
you watched it. What did you think
watched
of
it.
it?
I liked it actually.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that it was it was like basically the Star Wars. I think it
yeah.
was originally the scripts of Star Wars, wasn't it? That was um,
Hold on,
picked up, and
rewind. What was that? This was supposed to be Star Wars.
I think it was. I heard, but
Mm.
I didn't fact check, but I heard that it was the like big script or beginnings of Star Wars, but was never used.
Oh, serious? Okay.
Snack Zach picked it up and
Oh,
said, "Oh, this could be used as as a separate movie on its own."
okay.
And that's where I guess the Rebel Moon concept came from. So I have heard since it came out, like people saying, "Oh, it's basically another ripoff of Star Wars,"
Mm.
but I enjoyed it. I mean, I liked the film. I thought that it was both one and two
Oh,
that was
okay.
going to be out,
Mm.
but
Mm.
yeah, I made that mistake. But the second part is supposed to be coming out next year, which
Yeah.
I'll be anticipating to look forward to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What did you
coming out
think
in
of it?
April. I mean, again, I knew it was two parts,
Mm,
so I watched it with that in mind, knowing that I'm not going to get the whole picture
you're
in
right.
this. This is going to be mostly set up and sort
Mm,
of temptation to continue the next part. So I appreciated it. I didn't think it wasn't as substantive. If that's the right word? There wasn't as much substance as maybe I thought I might get.
mm,
Uh, like the character building was there, but it wasn't as much as I thought.
you're right.
And it was very stylistic, and there's lots of Zack Schneider loves the graphics and the slow motions and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which he does really well. There was just I think a few characters depth I was missing, like when she was going around collecting. Uh, for people that don't know what Rebel Moon's about, it's basically like Emmanuel said, it's almost like a Star Wars type, environment. It's in space where they've got
Mm.
high technology, but they look like they're a bit poor, and they've got they look like they
It's
don't
got
have
a like a
much.
cyberpunk kind of feel to
Yeah,
it,
kind
though.
of thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's sort of set in that kind of environment, and there's wars that have happened, and people are rebelling against the rulers, empire, just like in Star Wars. And this
Mm,
lady, played by Sophia Butelli or Butel, who we saw in The Mummy, and we've seen her in other films.
mm,
She's like the main star, and she goes around. I think she used to be part of this empire. Like they forced her basically to be part of the empire, and then she's now rebelling against them. She goes around collecting soldiers to fight against the empire, and the way she collects them,
it's like
especially
Seven Samurai.
yeah, but especially Jumon Honsu, I think that one
Mm,
was quite quick. Like
mm.
she just said, "You want to fight for your men? How
Because
about revenge?"
he was a general.
he was a general. He was in
He
like
was,
they picked him up from a gladiator type situation. Okay, hint,
yeah.
hint. He was in Gladiator, and he's been there for years, down and out. He's drunk, and she just said to him, "Fight for revenge," and he went, "That was it. That's
Yeah,
all it took." I mean, for him, it was quite quick. I think. I didn't. The other ones there had a little bit more to it, but I
yeah.
think it was a bit quick the way she just gathered people, and that was that.
Mm.
So, but yeah, apart from that, I think I enjoyed it. I think it needs to be seen as the full two
But
parts.
when I saw Jimon Honsu,
Mm.
did you not think he was swollen in the first in that scene? I thought he was massive, like
What?
he
I mean, muscly or fat? Oh,
muscly,
okay,
like
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
proper
yeah, yeah,
hench,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But then in the and also he was quite fair in skin tone as well, and
Oh, okay.
I almost thought that it looks like Jimon Honsu,
Didn't
but
notice that. They might have put
yeah,
graphics on him. They might. Zack
yeah.
Schneider. They might have put graphics on him. He loves a graphic.
Because
Yeah.
it did style wise, it did feel reminiscent of was it
Mm.
Sucker Punch?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. 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 Again,
Yeah.
Zack Schneider as well.
Mm.
But yeah, no, it's cool. So it's on Netflix. Catch it over Christmas. It's worth a watch. It's like just over 2 hours, I think it is. So yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. Next on new on streaming, we have Saltburn on Amazon.
Saltburn.
What's this
Yeah,
like?
Saltburn. I, one word I can just use is depraved. I mean,
Depraved.
depraved.
Ooh.
It's the only one word I can think of
Ooh.
because gross,
Oh,
disgusting.
yeah, love a bit of
It's
depravity. Love a bit of depravity in the morning.
But basically, this what Saltburn is about is a distraught student who basically like joins the Oxford and Cambridge echelon of
Mm,
members in in academics,
mm,
and he basically befriends a classmate by the name of Felix. I mean, that's a posh name, right? Yeah,
mm,
if I went to Oxford or Cambridge, I wouldn't be surprised if I had a couple of Felix
mm,
friends named Felix. But he's the rich kid. He's the poor kid that or working class kid who's basically entered Oxford, and he's just trying to level up,
mm,
and he gets quite obsessive with the whole Felix and his kind of world. You know what I mean? Like you've got the working class, and then you've got the really wealthy who
mm,
frown upon that. And yeah, it basically just takes the story of Oliver befriending Felix, and things just kind of like take a depraved
mm,
way in which he goes about doing stuff, and you kind of like there's all these. The reason why I say depraved is because there's scenes in this
mm.
where that would not
Is
be
it?
like, yeah.
Ah.
And anyone who chooses to watch this, there's one line, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's one line when you'll recognize the scene when he
Mm.
says, "Lucky for you, I'm a vampire."
Is
You'll
it?
recognize that scene, and then that's the scene where I was just like, okay. There's a couple of
Ah.
others, yeah. There's a couple of others, but what was that movie where oh I care a lot? Was it that
Oh, when like the care homes and the
yeah,
people
the
that
care
take advantage
homes,
of like old people. Okay.
right? Yeah.
Mm,
You see, there's a twist there's a kind of like
mm,
reveal at the end of the movie, and then
mm,
you're like, wow, you really went that far, kind of thing. So
mm.
yeah, without spoiling it,
Okay.
it's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's got Barry Keoghan. I don't know if I can pronounce his name right. Barry Keoghan. He was in Dunkirk. He was in. We saw him most recently. Well, a little clip of him quite recently
Mm.
in the Batman. The new
Oh,
Batman.
yeah, yeah.
He was the Joker in it. That was a clip at the end. The Banshees of Inishin. He's in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's a good actor. He was in Top Boy recently. Eternals. He was
Okay.
like one of the people in Eternals.
Yeah,
He's good. He's in Chernobyl. Really good actor. Killing of a Sacred
and it's
Deer. That film is
I haven't
sick.
seen that one,
That is
but it,
a sick film. When I say sick, I mean sick, and sick as in like wicked sick. That film
but
you
it's
got to
also
see it.
got the Archie Madekwe. I think I've probably
Oh,
butchered
okay.
his surname, but he
Oh,
was
okay.
in
Yeah, yeah.
Gran Turismo. He was the
Oh,
kid who
him.
played.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'll
yeah,
give it a watch. Definitely give it a watch.
yeah. From the
Definitely give it a
trailer,
watch.
I couldn't. Yeah, it was like
Mm,
I couldn't see a lot of stuff coming. I thought that from the trailer, oh, this is boring.
mm,
You know, it would
mm.
probably be like a yeah.
But it's not. It's better than the trailer shows. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Saltburn. It should probably be called slow burn, but yeah, yeah, this the guy's depraved.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So next we have trailers. We've got trailers next. So the first trailer we're going to look at is one called The Kitchen. And you know what they say about the kitchen, don't you?
It's usually next to living room if it's
They actually do say that as well, but they also say if you can't stand the heat, get out
get
of the
out of the
kitchen.
kitchen.
But in this film, they don't want to get out the kitchen. This is a UK film.
Mm.
I think it's set in London. I want to say London. And this one stars Kano, who we saw in Top Boy, I just mentioned a
Okay.
little while ago.
Mm.
And it's co-directed, I say, Daniel Kaluuya.
Wow. Okay.
He's directed this along with Quibe Tavares. This is a London sort of futuristic dystopian world where basically in London,
Mm.
all social housing has been
Mm.
eliminated. This could actually happen. We know how it's going with housing in certain places. People are getting basically moved out of their homes. Areas are getting, what's the word they call it? What's
Gentrified.
yes,
Is it?
exactly. Yeah, where people just can't afford it anymore and they're being moved out and new people are coming in and it's the rich folks that are taking over certain areas and stuff. This
Mm.
is a dystopian future where social housing is no more and people that live in an area called the kitchen, they don't
Mm.
want to leave their homes. So Kano is joining forces with other people to fight the power basically
Mm.
against these people that are trying to kick them out of their home. I believe even Ian Wright, the footballer, is in
Mm.
this.
Is it?
Yeah, I think Ian Wright is in. Yes, he is. Yes,
Okay.
Ian Wright is Lord Kitchener. Ian Wright is in this film. Yeah, Ian Wright, the footballer who used to play for Arsenal. Yeah, he's in this
Yeah,
film.
I've met him. I've met
Oh,
him
have you?
a couple of times. Yeah,
Okay.
in Luton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is coming out on the 19th of January on Netflix. So yeah, catch it real soon.
Okay.
Mm. They're all good. Yeah, so that's that one. Next on trailers, we have Civil War. I don't mean Captain
Is
America
this
Civil
Captain
War.
America? Oh,
No,
okay.
no, 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 no. No, this one actually is this one looks like an interesting film. I have
Yeah.
to say, this one I saw the trailer, I saw the name, and I thought, what's this about? What's Civil War?
Mm.
What could this be about? This is coming out in 2024. This is coming out in cinemas in spring 2024. The director, as soon as I say the director, you're going to know this film's going to be decent.
Mm.
Alex Garland.
Okay.
Do you know who Alex Garland is? Alex Garland, Ex Machina.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yes,
that's Alex
yes.
Garland. Yeah, so Ex Machina, Men, that twisted horror film. 28 Days Later,
Oh,
Annihilation.
oh,
Uh,
this is sounding, yeah,
yeah,
this is sounding good now.
sounded
Like,
good.
yeah,
Devs, that TV show Devs, that's good as well. That's
yeah.
Alex Garland. So Alex Garland likes futuristic sci-fi situations. Yeah, so this is that. So this is directed by him, written by him, stars
Mm.
Jesse Plemons,
Okay.
Kaylee Spenny, and Jesse Plemons. I believe he's actually
He's such
married
a
to
good actor as well.
Constant, Kirsten Dunst. I was saying this first name and
Kirsten
surname
Dunst.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane, original Spider-Man film. I think Jesse Plemons and her are together, so I think they're
Yeah.
both in this film anyway. It also
And what is this? An
stars,
A24 movie as well.
I believe it is. Yeah, yeah. It
Okay.
also stars. Where's he gone? Yeah, Wagner Maura. Wagner Maura was in Narcos. He was Escobar. He played
Okay.
Escobar in Narcos. He's actually Brazilian, and he played a Colombian, which is great. No one even knew. So he's in this as well. So this film looks like it could be decent. This film looks like
The
it could be
lineup
decent.
sounds decent, man.
Yeah, exactly. So
Jesse
looking forward
Plemons.
to this next
Yeah.
spring in the cinemas. So yeah, check out that
Okay.
one, Civil War. Oh, I didn't even say what it's about. Civil War is basically about basically near future. A team of journalists actually travel across America during a
Mm.
rapidly escalating civil war that has engulfed the nation. People start. It's a bit like we saw that film recently on Netflix, Leave the World Behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think of that happening, and think
Yeah.
of the events that will follow that. I think Civil War is
Oh,
almost
okay.
that, where people take over. Just,
Yeah.
just it's just craziness. People just take the law into their own hands,
So it's like
and
the
they don't
Wild West, like
exactly. Yeah, exactly,
lawless, the
exactly.
lawless world. So,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So yeah, that's
So you're
that.
gonna
So
get the biggest bullies come out,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
some of them nice,
Yep.
them quiet folks will
Yep.
turn vicious.
Exactly.
Like,
Got it. You got it. So that's that. Next one is ISS. And do you know what ISS is, Mr. Emmanuel?
Starship Enterprise. No.
Ooh, you're close. You are very close, actually. You are very close. ISS is the International Space Station.
Okay.
So you were close. And this is a film that is kind of similar to. Do you know what? You know what? Nothing's by chance here. We do actually pick these trailers and stuff, and it does kind of link on.
Hmm.
So ISS, is it coming out in cinema? I can't see where it's coming out,
It's
but it
coming
says.
out at cinema. I think it's next year, early next year,
Oh, okay, okay,
2024.
okay, okay. So this one stars Chris Messina, who actually we saw in. What was he in? He's been in. Is it Jurassic Park? Was he in Jurassic Park? Oh, he was in Argo. He was in Devil a film that was kind of a bit like an M Night Shyamalan film.
Mm.
And he's been in a bunch of other stuff. The Boogeyman. He's been in Air that we saw on Amazon recently. He's been in a few things, but yeah, Chris Messina is in it.
Mm.
It's directed by uh, Gabriella Copperthwaite.
Mm.
And basically, this film. Now, the film we just spoke about, Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, imagine that's taking place, and imagine civil wars happened all over the world, and the world has gone to shit. And now everyone doesn't trust each other. Nuclear bombs are going off left, right, and center. Imagine that nuclear bombs are going off.
I did catch this trailer. I saw this one,
You saw it,
and
okay?
it's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So this is like in the International Space Station. You've got Americans, Russians, and other people, and then
Mm.
the world has gone to shit, and now they have to respond. And like, do they trust
They
the
got
people that?
instructions from ground
Mm,
saying, "Don't trust. Wage attack on your enemy."
crazy. You're in
That's
space
nuts.
now. You're in space. You're
Yeah.
meant to be working together in space where no one can hear you scream. I think the tagline for this is, "In space, you can be heard screaming,"
Yeah.
or something like that.
I
So,
yeah, I saw the trailer, and in the trailer, what is it? One of the characters says, "We've been given instructions to kill the Russians. They must have received the same instructions as well."
mm,
For me, I think I would have been the peacemaker and been like, "Listen, guys, we're up here. They're down there. We don't need to kill. We don't need to
mm,
kill each other. Let's just wait for wait for the war to, to basically pan out,
mm,
and then we just return down to earth on the ship or whatever." But no, we don't need to do it up here. It's already happening down there.
mm.
And in the trailer, you can see the explosions from
Yeah,
from
mm,
planet Earth. Mad,
it's a
mad.
wrap. It's a wrap. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Thing, like mistrust and who do you
Yeah,
trust, who do you don't trust. 10 Cloverfield Lane, like the tight spaces, the claustrophobia, being in a
yeah.
space station, it kind of removed from everyone else. So this one, that alone, the environment could add to the suspense. So yeah, it could be decent.
Mm.
So ISS, go check that one out. And then what do we have next? Now we have, ooh, I think we've got our anniversary corner. So this week we have Man of Steel, and we had to do it. We had to do it for two reasons. We spoke about Zack Schneider quite a lot today,
Hmm.
and we're doing a DC film later. So Man of Steel 2013, 10 years.
Wow, that
Time
went quick.
flies. Mm. Remember this one? What do you
Yeah, I
think of this one?
remember Man of Steel. It
Mm.
was. I remember the back then. I was in the gym and I was trying
Oh,
to basically work out. And when the trailer Man of Steel came out,
yeah.
no homo, but it was like seeing his chest, and
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
fucking barrels, like.
I know. It's a bit when he goes to the washing line to get the clothes off, isn't it? Mate, I
When he's
understand.
on the
I
rig,
understand. Yeah, yeah. I understand. That guy's in good shape, Henry Cavill.
yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't mess about. He doesn't mess about. Honestly,
yeah.
does not mess
So
about.
yeah, man, I remember
Yeah.
Man of Steel, but I thought, yeah, it was actually, I thought he was casted well for Man of
Mm,
Steel as well,
mm,
because he wasn't he had a different look from what I'd normally see him as,
yeah.
the Boy Scout sort of innocent,
Yeah. Yeah.
sort of clean shaven, but this Henry Cavill kind of looks rugged, like
Mm,
he can do some damage and not basically stick to the rules kind of thing. So
mm,
I was like anticipating whether I'm going to see any of that, you know, sort of bad boy behavior.
mm. And Zack Snyder's portrayal of him. I mean, the power levels that these people had, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
They destroyed cities just fighting each other.
Mm.
The strength, the fight. I like the what's her name? The lady. You got General Zod, and you got
Oh,
um
she did not mess
oh,
about.
was it what's her name again? Is her name
I've,
you Aurora or something like that?
I've forgotten her name, but
She's good.
she's the
She's a
woman
German
you need on
actress.
your as your right hand man, mate.
Yeah,
Like
I'll find her name. Oh, Aurora, that's it. Yeah, she's a German actress,
Aurora.
I believe. Yeah, she's a good actress, and uh, yeah. So Amy Adams was in it. Michael Shannon, General Zod, Russell Crowe, Joel,
Yeah.
Diane Lane as well, Kevin Costner, Christopher Maloney from you know SVU, Special Victims Unit, Law and Order. So good
Yeah.
cast, good cast. I really like this film. And 10
Yeah.
years, it ages well. If it comes on TV today, you can watch it and you can actually appreciate it better than it's better than what you're getting now. People cussed it then for, oh, it's too much. They will love
Yeah.
it better than that now. Trust me on that.
Because, like you said, the power levels, man, that
Yeah.
was just, yeah, I could, I do remember when I was watching it, I was like, you know what, if this was for real,
Mm,
like, I think I'd be against having Superman on this earth because the
mm.
insurance, I could.
Yeah. Yeah. Have him on your side, man. Giving those Dunkin' Donuts. Trust me. But, yeah, let's move on to the next one. We've got the main film today, which is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Yeah,
So this literally just came out a few days ago here in the UK. We both seen it. We
I
both
think
got
it's
our
the
views on it.
22nd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right, 22nd of December. We both got our views on it. So yeah, you go. Let us know what you think, Emmanuel. What did you think of this one?
it was entertaining.
Mm,
It didn't feel like a DC movie, and to be honest, I went in with the streak that we've had in terms of movies this year, DC and both Marvel. I went in with zero expectations,
yeah.
and came out with actually, thinking, what, it was enjoyable. It was a fun movie. It was a family kind of movie, something that I'd probably, get my nephews, and niece to watch
Mm,
because they'll like it, and they they wouldn't even need to get too caught up on it being a DC, which of it is, whether it's a DC or a Marvel. Like it
Mm.
was what it was. I enjoyed the first one a lot more, but yeah, like I said, I think with my hopes of DC was just like after what was it, the Scarlet Speedster,
Oh, the Flash.
Flash. This was the Flash was more of an ending to DC for this year for
Mm.
me than Aquaman, and and I think much of it was also was it the whole Johnny Depp thing? Was it this year that
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
controversy? Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, they managed that one as well. Again, damage control. I saw that
Mm.
in this movie, where was it Amber Heard?
Mm.
She was snipped out,
Mm.
and they and what caught my attention is he actually Aquaman mentions himself as a single father, raising the son.
Oh, does
So
he
I was just
mention that?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Ah, but then he's not because she's around. So I don't, why did he say that?
Exactly.
So maybe the
I
editing
think
didn't.
that's
At some
yeah,
point, they were going to make her not be in it, but then they had to
yeah.
bring in it. I reckon that she had to be kept in the film because otherwise she could countersue and say, "You cut me out of the film, and I want." I reckon maybe
I think
something
so.
legal.
Yeah, I think that probably was the case. Is that she
Mm.
basically got paid or was
Mm.
supposed to get paid for it. So they basically minimum like shrunk her
Yeah,
role to
yeah,
the
yeah,
absolute minimum. Kept she couldn't not be in place because there was it was the storyline was the Aquaman and the Sun.
yeah.
So yeah, so what they did with it, I think they did the best they could
Mm.
really.
Yeah, I'm similar to with you. My expectations for all now for Marvel and DC is low.
Mm,
And for me, DC's lower, but still it's low. But like Shazam 2, The Flash, I don't know what else came
yeah,
out this year, but it's all been for me. It's all been low. And so this, when I watched this, I went in there with low expectations, and I just enjoyed it in a way, just
yeah.
as light entertainment. I just thought
Yeah.
there was some stupid parts in it that I just thought it's just like sometimes they make these films like live action films as if they're cartoons.
Yeah.
Because even when I forgot the guy, the doctor. I forgot his name. The doctor who was helping Black Manta.
Oh yes. He was the
He's fresh off the boat. He said, isn't it?
yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that guy, that doctor, when he was looking around in Antarctica or the Arctic
Yeah.
and Randall Park, yeah. So when he was looking around, they fell
Yeah.
into the gap,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he just got up and dusted himself off and carried on. And when you see how deep the drop is, you're falling from like on ice, not on grass or
Mm-hmm.
you know, not even concrete.
And it
You
wasn't even
fall.
snow. It wasn't like
It's ice. It's
inches of
hard
like
ice.
massive inches of snow. Like
And this
yeah.
fall,
It's
when you looked up, I guarantee there must have been maybe a 30-meter drop, if not more. It has to be more than that. I think maybe
mm,
50 meters. It was a massive drop, and the guy just gets up and starts walking off like nothing
what?
happened. It's stupid. And as soon as that happened, I just checked
Yeah.
out. I'm like, okay, let me just carry on. Let me just watch this film and see what happens because
Uh,
silly things like that get on my nerves.
yeah.
It's not a cartoon; it's live action.
It
So
was
yeah,
pretty. It was predictable in parts for me.
yeah,
Like that fall. I was like, oh wait, hold on. That guy's broken his leg, but he's picked
exactly.
himself up. Yeah, that guy's gonna get sacrificed.
None of
Yes.
them should be speaking. Not even that little ankle that he broke. That should be that. I mean, he should have broken his spine. Everything should be broken. But yeah, so the film carries on, and Black Manta. I mean, I actually think he might be a good Kang, but I don't know. He probably
Mm,
shouldn't do it. But yeah, the film was people are describing it like a buddy cop film, and I kind of see where they're going with it. Like two
what's
brothers,
that?
Patrick,
Buddy cop.
Aquaman, two buddy
Yeah.
cop, like
Oh, okay.
two kind of cops, different characters, different personalities, trying to
Yeah.
go to a sort of end goal. And
Right.
yeah, Patrick Wilson, he done his job. Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa, I mean, he's just having fun. Is he even acting?
I
He's just having
think
fun.
yeah, I think Patrick Wilson balanced the movie out
Yeah, yeah.
because
You needed him.
yeah,
You needed
I don't
him.
think Jason Momoa would have carried the
No,
movie.
nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
Nah, he needs someone else because he's just there having. He's rock and roll, man.
Mm,
I think he's even. Is that his character or is that him? It's a bit of both probably. But he is Aquaman. I still see him as Aquaman, but I think the film itself was not of good quality and
yeah.
was just low level. James Wan, yeah, just stop it, man. Stop it. I don't know. Stop it. I've had enough of it now. I think, yeah, I think the next DC film we're gonna get, I think, is Spider-Man Legacy or whatever it's called from James Gunn.
Oh, is it?
Another James direct. Yeah, so that's going to be 2025. So there's going
Oh,
to be a big
Superman
gap.
Legacy. Yeah,
Superman
Superman.
Legacy, yes, sorry,
Yeah.
Superman Legacy. There's going to be a big gap of over a year before we have any DC films. I think they need that gap to sort themselves out.
Well, the one that's
Uh,
supposed to be DC but not DC is the Joker, isn't it? Part,
that's not. I wouldn't count it. It's DC, but it's not going to be. Yeah, you're
it's not
right.
going
It's
to be DC.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one there is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let it stay different. Let it have nothing to do with this. Nada. Look, Jason Momoa is part of the writing team. No wonder. You see, they're just letting. Oh man.
uh,
They're letting him have too much influence, man. Oh, he's part of the writing team as well.
and it was the end bit. I
Mm.
was just like, oh my god,
But the
why?
post-credit
Like,
scene,
was it post credit or the I can't remember which part,
that-
how far towards the end, but he kind of like does the Iron Man thing.
oh, that yeah, that's oh,
Look at the stress on Deval's face. Oh
that
my
was just
gosh.
so embarrassing, and you can tell that was filmed way later because he looked different. The
Yeah.
CGI was bad. That
Yeah.
scene, oh my gosh, no, that's embarrassing, man.
That's why I say it
Oh.
didn't feel like a DC movie. It
Mm.
felt entertaining
He even mentioned
as
he called his brother Loki. He said, "Oh, Loki."
yeah.
Like there's little jokes in there that they thought we were gonna laugh and that, but
Yeah,
oh man,
it wasn't a serious movie.
no,
That's
no,
what
no,
this one
no.
was. It was
But yeah, watch it if you want. Don't watch it if you don't want, and it's up to you what you want to do. But yeah, for me, Aquaman 2 is not a good film.
yeah.
Uh, and yeah, that's I'll probably give it a out of 10. Probably give it a 5.
Oh wow, that's
It
generous. Okay.
Yeah, split it halfway, 5, something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah. But yeah, we're almost running out of time. I do want to squeeze in a quick hidden gem. This is a
Okay.
real quick hidden gem,
Yeah.
and this one is called "Next Goal Wins," and this one is directed by Taika Waititi. This
Okay.
is a comedy
Mm.
about a football team, a football team in. Oh, where is it again? If this was
What,
in, is it not
Shanghai or
Samoa? Let me just quickly double check.
okay.
Uh, This is it's based on a true story, by the way. So this is
Oh,
a
is it?
story,
Okay.
yeah, about a football team or soccer, as some people say, in American Samoa, and that's a really small country in the sort of the that region of like Samoa and stuff.
Mm.
That explains it all. Uh, like the sort of towards Australia, all those kind of areas.
Okay.
Did look in the Pacific Islands or something,
Okay.
I think. But yeah, so it's directed by Taika Waititi, also written by him. Stars Michael Fassbender, and this is based on like I said, true story of American Samoa, who were one of the worst teams in the world. And
Mm.
basically, in 2001, they lost a World Cup qualifying match. So every team has to play matches to qualify for the World Cup tournament. They
Mm.
lost against Australia by 31-0.
What?
31-0. 31-0. That's the biggest loss that's ever been recorded, and they lost. So they thought, okay, we've got to sort ourselves out here. We got to try and do something about it. So they hired uh, a coach that was that used to be good by the name
Yeah.
of Michael Fassbender, a bit of a maverick coach, bit of a crazy guy. They hired him to try and turn things around. And this film is a comedy about a bit like what's the not I don't want to say it's like. You know the sled, the snow sled. What's it called again?
What, the
Cool
battles or
Runnings.
something?
No,
Cool
Cool
Runnings.
Runnings. Like,
Oh,
you know them
yeah,
sports comedy films where the
yeah, yeah.
team, like, they're not
Sledge
good, and
runners,
then they,
what they call
yeah,
them.
exactly. They're not a good team, and then they somehow get their work together and all that kind of stuff. So they do go on this journey, and the
Yeah.
coach he struggles to integrate himself into that culture because they're just not what he's used to. Everyone's kind of relaxed and they just like do their
Is it like
thing.
a? Is this kind of like a gonna have like a Mighty Ducks kind of feel to it, or do you
That's what I
remember
was. Yeah,
Mighty
Mighty
Ducks?
Ducks. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing as well. Yeah, yeah. So it's a feel-good film. It's a comedy. This is the
Uh,
sort of lane Taika Waititi needs to stick in. Forget doing Thor movies. This for me
yeah,
is his kind of film where he can just be comedy, be silly, but it's in the right environment.
yeah,
It's got his humor written all over it. Michael
yeah.
Fassbender, he's good in everything. And like I say, this is based on a true story. So at the end of the film, you get to see clips of the real team, of
Mm,
the manager. You get to see the real players in that as well. It's really interesting to see. Actually, it actually gives
okay.
more credit to the film. And on the film, they actually had someone who's trans, and
Okay.
this person was the first trans player to play in a football team, in a men's football team.
Okay.
So, and I thought it was just part of the film, trying to be like,
Yeah.
woke or whatever, not
Yeah.
knowing it was actually real. It was real life. It actually happened. So that
Mm,
again was like, oh wow, that's they've actually stuck to the truth, and it's actually something that happened. So yeah,
yeah.
it was cool to see that. But yeah, it was I liked it better than Aquaman 2. Put it that way.
Okay.
So if you're gonna watch
Did you
either
like it better
film,
than Thor: Love and Thunder though?
yes, yes. Look, For Love and
What?
Thunder for me. For Love and Thunder. Oh, sorry. Sorry, no, I got mixed up. No, For Love and Thunder is better. I thought you meant what's no? Sorry, yeah, I did. I'm getting mixed up. Ragnarok is the one I like. For Love and
Yeah.
Thunder for me was shit. So yes, I preferred Next Goal Wins over Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder for me was shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, one of the worst Marvel films. Yep, 100%. Yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah.
saying something.
Seriously.
Okay.
Yep. That
It's
film I won't
just
watch. I won't watch it again. It's just rubbish. No. Mm-mm.
because Next Girl Wins, just the title just makes the title and the fact that you said 39-0, that I feel like that title is just a mislead and it should be called a whitewash or something. I think that's
Well,
the right
the,
term,
f- the
isn't it? When
film, the film is about the events after that.
right,
So the
okay.
31-0 has happened already,
Oh,
and the
okay.
film is a consequence of that. They're trying to get things better, and
Right,
you see
okay.
how they do improve. There is a
Right.
actual improvement, which is good to see
Okay.
because they were rubbish. But yeah, it's a feel good film. Comes out a good time of the year. Comes out Boxing Day, I think,
Hmm.
which is the 26th of December, which might be the past or the future, depending on when we publish this podcast. But yeah, so yeah, I reckon give it a watch. Give it a watch.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Just a real quick hidden gem for you there, and yeah, give it a watch and see what you think. Let us know what you think.
All
But that's
right.
the
So,
end of.
quick question.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. This is a like Marvel versus DC. I think I know
Yeah.
what the answer is going to be, but Thor: Love and Thunder versus Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom.
Aquaman, Lost
Which
Kingdom,
was worse or better?
better.
Better, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love and Thunder was a disrespect. It was shit. It was shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a disrespect to the fans. It was shit. Aquaman 2 is better.
Yeah. All right. So there's hope for anyone who was
Hmm.
just on the tipping of whether they were going to see Aquaman or
Hmm.
not.
Yep.
All
A
right.
little bit of
Cool.
hope. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the next show we're going to do is actually going to be a bit different to the shows we've done like every week. The next
Mm,
show is going to be a sort of a review of 2023, talking about the highlights and lowlights and things like that, and also we're going to talk about what's to come next year in 2024. So a
mm.
bit of a different show that you're going to get next week, or probably a few days later. We're going to publish it. But yeah, let us know what you think. And again, as normal, reach out to us on Instagram, on X, on YouTube, on Facebook, and yeah, and we'll see you again.